I'm in my 30s, which means my 20s is done. I learned a lot of things during my 20s, and that's what this video is going to be about. 7 things I wish I knew at 20, the most powerful lessons I learned during that decade. As always, the purpose of my content is to inspire you to stand tall in who you are. Hope you enjoy these lessons. Number 1, it's okay if you don't like what everyone else likes. There's an idea of what success looks like. A good job, nice car, fancy house, etc. And a lot of people strive towards these things in life. And there's nothing wrong with wanting those things, but it's also okay if you want something slightly different than your peers. I learned this when I worked at Google. I was 25 years old and I was a program manager at Google. And Google is a dream company for many people. It's sort of like a utopian society. You have great perks, free lunch, free transportation, people who speak at the campuses, you're around brilliant people. It's really a great place to be. And a lot of people wanted to be my friend because I was at a sexy company. So I had these things and I didn't really care. Don't get me wrong, I'm so thankful for my experiences at Google and what I learned there. It definitely laid the foundation for the rest of my career, but my identity wasn't in being a Googler. A lot of people seek financial stability, security, and fancy things, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I always sought meaning and purpose and wanting to help people through my gifts. So that's what I learned. And even outside of career, a lot of people enjoy partying and going to clubs and doing fancy things. And I did that and I didn't really enjoy that. In college, I would try things and go to parties. While it may have been fun in the moment, it wasn't really fulfilling in the long term for me. I realized personally that I don't like these crazy big parties, but I just want to connect with someone one-on-one over coffee or hanging out at their place cooking a meal or even walking around the blocks. In your 20s and throughout your life, there can be pressure to be a certain way, but really know who you are and what you enjoy, and don't apologize for liking things that are different than your peers. Number 2, friendships are fluid and evolving. There's different types of friends for different seasons in life. There's friends of the heart and soul. You might go years without talking to them, and then you can pick up right where you left off. You can talk about matters of the heart and go really deep with them. Then there's more situational friends who are based on location or proximity. In my 20s, I worked in London for a year, and I also went to Michigan for business school. I was able to form friends there, and that was largely based off of being in the same location. And you also have different friends for different activities. Going to the gym and being gym buddies. Having niche interests. I'm really into gymnastics and figure skating, and there are certain people I only talk to that about. And it's great, that's all we talk about, and we're able to get really nerdy over that. They say after college it's harder to make friends, which can be true. It helps as an adult if you do activities where you routinely see the same people. What I learned also in my 20s is friendships are a two-way street, and the healthiest ones aren't ones where someone's always giving or taking. Friendships and any relationships take work. Number 3, build a life, not just a resume. There's this pressure in your 20s to have everything figured out, and you're always working towards the next thing. Get good grades in college, then graduate college, get a good job, then go to grad school, and you're checking off a list, and there's nothing wrong with wanting to be excellent in your career. Friendly reminder, your job title is not your identity, and you are more than that. And it's easy to fall into the trap of working long hours, continuing to be on your computer, and more. I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and there's definitely a narrative of having a linear career path, going to college, or being some wonder kid entrepreneur, having a stable job, having success, having money, etc. But realize that in your 20s, don't just focus solely on your career development, but focus on your personal development as well. The 20s are a great time to learn and discover who you are. Some ways I did that: traveling, living in another place or another country. I studied abroad in Hong Kong, I worked abroad in London. Those experiences were irreplaceable. Stepping outside your comfort zone and being in a place where you don't know anyone and you have to learn a new culture gives you very valuable life skills. It just broadens your perspective. Another thing you can do is get involved in your local community and in causes you care about. I was really involved in the San Francisco Chinatown community. Find activities that you can connect with people on. That might be cycling or dancing or painting. Do things that feed your soul as well, where you can discover who you are outside of work. Number 4, learn how to cook. This falls under the broader umbrella of gain practical life skills and develop healthy habits. Cooking is a life skill. It saves you money, it's healthier, and you will use it the rest of your life. In the same way, develop an exercise routine. Learn how to budget and spend your money. The habits you set in your 20s lay the foundation for what's to come for the rest of your life. As a first-time entrepreneur in my 30s, I realized that the habits I set earlier on in life make a huge difference right now. For example, I've journaled consistently for my entire life. I've had a regular exercise routine. I've always budgeted and lived below my means. I drink a ton of water. Literally, I carry a water bottle with me everywhere I go. I sleep at least 7 hours a night and more. And that's not saying that I don't have fun. I just have fun in the way I want to have fun. And actually, when you are healthy and you have routines, it actually enables you to have more fun. I've heard that freedom without responsibility is bad medicine. If you are disciplined, that actually allows you to perform at the highest level, and that is fun. I heard the analogy of Steph Curry or LeBron James. They were so disciplined in their craft for several years, and that enables them to be great at what they do now. Remind yourself that it's the really small decisions that lay the foundation for the future. You're not gonna suddenly wake up at 50 and say, oh, let me exercise. You need to lay the habits before that. Number 5, you learn by trying new things. So there's this pressure when you're 20 to have everything figured out. Everyone in college asks you, what job do you wanna go to? It's okay if you don't know, because honestly, all of us, no matter what age we are still figuring things out. Personally, I believe the most important thing is to have a learning growth mindset. After college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Does this sound familiar? Let me know in the comments if you can relate. And I had many different jobs in my 20s. My first one, I was a temp paralegal at an insurance company. I was an analyst at a brokerage firm. I was a program manager at Google. And then I was a marketing intern at a wellness startup. In my 20s, I hadn't found the profession for me yet. I discovered that in my 30s as a marketer. And I discovered that I loved specifically content marketing. All day long, I think about content. Sometimes life is a process of elimination. For my career, it was definitely that. Sometimes you figure out what you like by realizing what you don't like. And also you learn the most when you step outside your comfort zone. It's been said that nothing great ever comes within your comfort zone. Number 6, your 20s are a time of transition and growth. It's called the transitional 20s or turbulent 20s for a reason. Every 2 years, you can be a very different person and you're going through many life changes. Moving out of your parents' house, going to college, graduating college, getting your first job, moving, being in relationships, etc. So a 28-year-old has a very different mindset than a 22-year-old, and those 6 years is a lot of life experience. All that to say, enjoy the journey, don't feel pressure to have everything figured out, and most of all, don't compare yourself to other people. I compared myself a lot to others in my 20s, and I wish I didn't. We're all on our own journeys. Number 7, you are responsible for your own life. You are an active decision maker in your life, and you have agency. Don't just let things happen to you. Do not let jobs, relationships, or situations just happen. Some people take on the perspective that they're a victim. Challenges do happen in your life and you have the choice in how you can react to it. If you don't like your job, you have the choice on if you want to stay or if you want to find a new one. If you're in a bad relationship, you can decide whether you want to stay, set healthier boundaries, or leave. If you're unhappy about something, you can do something about it. Set healthier boundaries, walk away, figure out what's best for you. People can give you advice and tell you what to do, but remember, you have to live with your life and your life decisions, not them. Keep that in mind. You are responsible for what happens to you. As I'm in my 30s, there's a lot I've learned during this decade. Maybe I'll make a future video of that, of things I've been learning in my 30s. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. If you're in your 20s and have any questions, let me know in the comments. If you're past your 20s and your 30s or older and you have some advice, drop those in the comments as well. And also subscribe to this channel so you can get notified when my weekly videos come out. Until the next video, I'm cheering you on in what you're doing. And as always, stand tall in who you are.